In the cold northern Europe, our story begins in the small town of Hollowbrook, a town of 40,000 people located in the middle of Zealand. Denmark is a country which has recently been liberated from Camarilla rule. Since 2018, the country has been Anarch territory ruled over by independent jarls. Each jarl have their own domain and rules, but one rule governs them all: the Yggdrasil Accord, an agreement between Canaanites, Garou, and Jotuns to keep their nature hidden, to keep peace between the species, and not to disturb the ancient entities in the burial mounds scattered all over Scandinavia. It's the 15th of December 2023. The entire town and the rest of the country is illuminated by various Christmas decorations. People are busy with all their activities and Christmas preparations. But in our opening scene, there is only peace and darkness. We find ourselves in a forest about 500 meters from the road. A group of kindred are standing in an open field surrounded by dormant trees and plants, covered in rime. In front of them are some small huts, some outdoor shelters, and a large main building. The sounds of deer and owls are heard in the background. A pack by proximity, who have all arrived to Hollowbrook within the last year, are about to be introduced to their new common haven. Gustav have bought the entire area, which functions as an education center and nature reserve in the daytime. I know it's dark now, but if the light were to shine on you guys, what will we see? I think we're gonna start with Gustav. Who is Gustav?
Gustav is a slender man, sort of on almost on like the thin, skinny side. Like it looks like he doesn't eat too much. He's about like 5'7", perhaps. Not really an imposing figure, but you would notice two things about him. That he's got this like shock of long white hair. Like it's almost like it's not even dyed. There's something strange about it. And you would notice he has like these two very piercing blue eyes. And he is, of course, fabulously gorgeous and very well dressed. But there's something not quite right about him. The way he kind of like looks around. He's definitely giving like a sketchy... There's a creepiness about him that you can... Like he knows more, or there's almost like he's a little hungry at everything. He wants everything he sees, and he almost kind of looks at you too long in the eyes. So, that's Gustav.
Let's go to Echo. Who is Echo?
Yeah, so you see a probably average height woman, probably 5'6", and kind of slender built, with a red and white flannel shirt, white shirt underneath, and some jeans. Pretty low-key in the way that she is dressed, and has a jacket in her arms. And she's got these green eyes and this like wolf cut shaggy brown hair. And while she is pretty alert, it seems that she's a little more on edge, maybe not paranoid, but definitely surveying her surroundings and or looking for something beyond the group that she is standing with. That is Echo.
Then we go to John. Are you in your full glory right now, or wrapped up?
Be rare for people to see John not wrapped up. Tall, thin, calm, bit of a misanthrope, just generally doesn't like people. Quiet, sullen, and as we said, wrapped up, head to toe, normally in black. When it does, well, before it comes off, you might see the occasional maggot fall out. If skin, etc., opens up, then you'll tend to see a lot more of them. They bore through out of every part of his flesh. There's a lovely picture, which the other players have seen, that just shows him not too pleasant. And he likes, for some reason, the people that he's with. Seems they've earned his trust, or he's at least gotten used to them. Other people, not so much.
And Nastia. Looking for notes.
No, I'm actually looking for, I'm juggling multiple screens here. So basically, yeah, Nastia is, can we say what the weather is?
It is
Do we have that down?
freezing. It is December. It's about
Okay.
like it's cold and it's dark.
So it wouldn't be impossible for it to be like snowing just a bit.
It's not really snowing, but there's just a rime covering everything.
Right. Okay. Frost in the air. That sort of thing. So Nastia is dressed all in black as well. She looks the part of a mourner at a funeral ceremony that is kind of wrapping up. She is as cold and still as a frozen corpse. And so what you see there is a statuesque woman. She's got long golden hair. However, half of her head is shaved. And she's wearing blue lipstick. She's got a lip piercing there. And she's also got a little bit of a scar right down below her eye. And she is dressed to the nines, or at least dressed in formal funerary garb, in the way that people dress up in funerary garb. It's kind of like a black formal kind of attire. She looks like she belongs there, as though she's mourning someone, but she's not really there for anyone. She just playing the part, and it's a part she has grown accustomed to playing, because while she is stunningly beautiful and statuesque, and in another life might have been a supermodel, she is not a people person, very much like any more than John really is. And her looks irritate her in on many occasions, because she has people, men like, trying to solicit her and trying to, go on dates with her and everything else. So a funeral is just a great experience to not have to deal with that. And so she's there for herself, really, in a lot of ways. So yeah, she's not saying anything to anybody. She's not interested in carrying on conversations. If somebody had insight 5, they might notice that instead of like an expression of mourning, it's actually an expression of boredom on her face. She doesn't care about any of this. It's just a very convenient setting where people will leave her alone without asking too many questions, and she can kind of be there to get what she needs to. So she kind of works with the funeral people, and this has just been kind of her cover for quite some time.
Yes. And Ivan.
Ivan is dressed with a long gray coat that goes past his knees and a gray scarf that covers up his neck and his nice clothes underneath. He has green eyes that are almost cloudy gray, that because the color has faded so much over the years. He looks almost stoic, but he's trying to stay in the background as to not take too much attention, because he has done so in the past and would rather stay a bit further back at the moment.
Yes. Before I give you your first scene, you enter the main building. Gustav, you have the key, and walk into a small office where this is like the usual thing, like a desk and a PC and that sort of thing. But that there's a special bookcase, and right next to that bookcase, or not right next to it, behind some books actually, there is a keypad. You enter the code, Gustav, and the bookcase slides to the right, and a small latch opens. It's the size where you have to crouch to get through it. And there's a hole and a ladder, which you eventually go down. And then there is another door. This one is made of steel and seems like it could take a grenade or two before being destroyed. There's another keypad. You enter that code and enter a basement. It's about 15 times 10 meters, concrete basement. The only thing down here is a little light hovering about a round table and 6 plastic chairs. That is the only thing right now. It is safe, but it's not pretty. And yes, you enter here your new common haven provided by Gustav.
And Gustav looks at you all like very, very proud. It's like, I believe thanks are in order, don't you agree? And he goes like this, like he's waiting for the praise. We spared no expense.
There is room for improvement, but yes, it's somewhere to be.
I mean, of course, I'm going to have Steven go through and add some luxuries to this place. It is rather droll, but it's secure. I quite like it.
What are some of the luxuries that you're going to add?
Oh, whatever you want, within reason, of course. I was thinking, foosball table, a pool, you know. I'm trying to think of, what's another good thing that we could have? A nice little area for, board games. I quite like board games.
Well, maybe over
Dory-
time we can add some animal skins or some throws in here.
Ooh, a rustic feel. I could be convinced.
I've heard that a rug can tie the room together, so
I think you might be right.
if we happen to find something along the way, I'd be happy to provide the services needed to getting it in here.
I will most certainly keep you in mind. And he's gonna just sit down and take a seat at one of the chairs.
Storyteller, are we allowed to assume that maybe our character hasn't been at this meeting yet?
Yeah, very first time you have.
Yeah, so the scene I gave, I didn't realize, my brain, I guess, I didn't realize we were all together in a field for some reason. So I kind of painted her where she'd normally be. And so we'll just assume that she arrives and that the dimensions of the entryway are, as you have described, they're really small to get through and everything else. And so Nastia will come in and go, door is too small.
But small is secure. I'm sorry. It's just the way it has to be.
She frowns and just crosses her arms and like leans up against a pole. Now, I don't know if the dimensions of this particular space we're in are rather small. If they are, she will kind of like duck her head and just
I mean, the basement is larger than the building above.
Okay. So there's plenty of headroom then.
It is. Oh, fuck. Math. Quick math. 10 times 15 yards.
Yeah. So good enough. That's a spacious space.
Yeah, maybe
and
3 to the ceiling.
She's still going to stand with her arms crossed. Near enough to participate, but far away enough to make the distance noticeable.
Remind me, none of you have Allspecs, right?
I don't believe I do.
I don't think any of you have it.
Not this time around.
Nope.
Damn it.
We're always missing something, and I guess that's it this time.
And morals.
Can I offer you dominate?
No,
That's a
but you
different way of
can,
doing it.
if you want to, you can do a wits and awareness.
Can I use Eyes of the Beast?
You would kind of, there is a light down here, but I assume that people with dark vision have had it on while you're
Yeah.
trekking through the forest and everything, because it's fucking black out here. And maybe Gustav would be carrying a a flashlight because I believe he's the only one who can't see in the dark.
So there's no actual lights in the basement here?
Just a small little like a lamp hovering above the table. That's like, but it's not even illuminating the entire room.
So add to Nastia's very dark, shadowy appearance with her long hair and everything like that, her glowing red eyes.
It looks like some kind of noir interrogation chamber.
Yeah. So what she is she's just this like pale face, really, because the rest of her is pitch black, and like framed by this golden hair and like these red eyes staring from like several feet away.
Wits and awareness if people want to.
I think Gustav's just chilling in his chair, just looking around like,
Probably trying to imagine the place as it could be.
Exactly. Interior decorating.
Well, you usually have people to take care of that. At least carry your ideas to fruition. Oh, not bestial failures, but... Nastia.
Yeah, she notices everything.
It's actually good that you're the one who noticed this. Kind of look around, and as you're having a conversation, out of the corner of your eye, one of the chairs move about an inch.
And those red eyes flick to the chair. She doesn't say anything, but they are fixed on that location. Unblinking, just focused. She doesn't tell anyone else. She doesn't say a word.
You're not. It was pretty good, and you're close to this kind of thing. And you get a sense of the other side. Something is here. And although you're not able to see them, you have sometimes felt the presence of wraiths at the place where you, spend your free time.
An eyebrow, just one, slowly raises.
Kind of staring at the chair, nothing more happens. But you still have the lingering feeling that there's something in this room watching you right now.
Yep, and she's watching it.
Are you all allergic to chairs or something? Why don't you have a seat? I mean, I paid good money for them. I think they're at least $2 a piece. At this local Walmart that I've been told so much about.
This is probably a store called Bauhaus, and it's just fucking lawn chairs. Plastic lawn chairs.
It is called Baus. Yes, I've heard of it.
The equivalent.
I don't know.
No, that's fine.
So come on now. It's not like I brought you all here to murder you.
I'd prefer to stand. The chairs don't look all that stable.
I prefer murder.
He gives, after he says that, he gives that Malkavian stare, just like staring at you guys with a stupid smile.
Gustav, you experienced something that you haven't. It's been a while. There was an event. I can't really remember. I think it was 2018, where a particular either antediluvian or Methuselah met their rumored bitter end, and the web died. But you start to feel it again. The presence of your kind. The voices. They're not clear. You're not really tuned to them yet. But there are Malkavians. And the web is alive again.
Oh dear. Would I know that there's Malkavians in Hollowbrook? or just abroad, like in general? Like it's like the connection comes back on. Is that what's happening? Like,
Yeah, basically that part of your mind switches back on. Or maybe you just noticed it.
oh dear, that's... Oh,
Are you okay? You look a bit frazzled.
I'm not alone anymore, so to speak.
We can see.
Oh, you wouldn't understand. You do not have the eyes that can see and the ears that can hear.
Nastia rolls her eyes.
Waving hand, magnet falls out. As you're standing there and looking around, having a bit of brief conversation, you all feel something that, well, you're at least, or close to, all of you, about a century. You're not children, you're not fledglings or neonates. You have been around, you have seen and felt things before. And this feeling, it's the unmistakable sensation of a Methuselah's godlike power. You feel that your beast is trying to hide or claw its way out of your body to escape it. But you know these beings, they're like forces of nature, and they're always felt when they're close, unless they want to be hidden.
Does it feel very close or somewhat distant?
Yeah, like out of nowhere, almost.
Is it in the walls?
And you also recognize it on each other's faces.
Could you clarify that statement? Like, when you say that?
I don't want to say fear, maybe trepidation, or the like everyone notices that's this feeling. This is not something that's just in your own mind. The rest of the group is also keenly aware that a Methuselah is on its way.
Joy.
At this, like, Nastia will look around to everyone present just to kind of read their reactions. To see how they kind of respond to this. I assume she knows, generally speaking, what this is. And that when you say it's on its way, it's coming into the region proper rather than this room proper. Or what do you mean that it's manifesting here in our nice little basement?
You don't really know. It could have just awoken. It could be arriving. It could be passing through. But it's near enough. John would have felt the same thing when Mithras rose again. And Ivan, you probably experienced when the Methuselahs began to rise some years ago in Norway. But all of you have, I won't say met, but you have been in the proximity of one. At least one in your century on life. And usually it's the time where people hide or they're very polite.
In that case, I would like to prepare myself with both Silence of Death and Awe.
Oh dear, it appears death has come to Denmark today. Ooh. Right after I purchased this place.
Is that why you brought us here, Gustav?
No, this is news to me as well.
Quite
Quite unfortunate. I just wanted to show off what I have. Now it seems like small potatoes by comparison.
Either way, we should prepare. It seems we're getting a guest.
But do you think they're coming here? They see like this moment of like, he almost settles back in his seat. Then he sits up real quick. Here, to this place.
Could be. It's coming this way.
Oh shit, you're right. It's like, I need to tidy up, and he's going to get up. And he's gonna like, he's anxiously moving around the chairs, or like sees a little bit of dust on the ground. He doesn't know where to put it, so he puts it in his pocket. He's just like being a little frantic. He's chosen the polite as his means of of defense.
You're all kind of just, or maybe trying to gather yourselves and prepare for the worst, and a living mist flows into the room and transforms into a person. It's a man who looks like he's in his late 50s, early 60s. He has a long gray beard and matching hair. He's only dressed in a worn gray robe, hooded up, and his piercing silvery eyes reveal ancient wisdom and power. He gives a small bow with his hand on his chest and says with a kind of, not hoarse, but deep voice, I want to say. I am Wolfric. They call me the Mediator.
Hello. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Wolfric. I am Gustav Smythe. And he just gives a little bow with a hand out,
Smiles.
Welcome to my humble abode, and this is my coterie. Right? I think that's what we would call ourselves.
I have 2 corrections for you, young one. First of all, never give out your name. At least not your full name. Names have power. You will come to know that most people in this region refer to themselves only by titles of honor or a single name. Think it advice. Use the word pack. The word coterie is frowned upon.
To what do we owe the pleasure of you arriving in here?
I am here to bid you all welcome and help you decide who your Jarl will be, and also extend an invitation to the winter solstice celebration.
Well, we will accept the invitation to the winter solstice, of course.
I'm also here to provide guidance, answer questions, and help you settle in. I am simply a mediator between packs and the Jarls.
Storyteller.
Yes.
Him using the word packs, would we know of the significance of that word choice?
It's usually what Anarchs and Sabbat call themselves.
Oh no.
But coterie is very much a Camarilla thing.
Okay, so it's not an automatic, like, oh no, red flag kind of thing. We would love to take part in the festival. Is it not Christmas?
No, it is the solstice. The solstice is before Christmas.
Oh, you're right.
We celebrate Yule in January. We do not partake in Christian traditions.
do love Christmas, though. I love the lights. But regardless, I'd love to join.
It is one of our most sacred days. It is the longest night of the year. And one of the Jarls usually hosts a celebration. This year will be Jarl Sarah in Copenhagen. I believe a means of transport will be provided for you at the day. But I need to inform the right people who their new equal will be. And also answer any questions you might have that I can answer about the other Jarls and packs. But first order of business is deciding amongst yourself who will be your Jarl, who will take the responsibility of leadership, and also, well, should things go poorly, punishment.
At this, Nastia's eyes, her red glowing eyes, will flick over to Ivan and also then to Gustav, and then back to Ulfric.
John is just staying silent. He's waiting for some other idiot to speak.
Well, I'm well known with the bureaucracy and idiocy of leadership and doing what needs to be done for the sake of community around you. So if no one else wishes to take the mantle, I am willing. And I'm not above punishing my fellow kindred if need be.
Well, I do own quite a bit of property, and I do have many people under my employ, but I hate taxes. And it feels like if I were to become Jarl, it would be another layer of taxes. I don't know what the Danish government spends all this money on. It couldn't possibly be a military, so I don't know what's going on, and I don't want to give any more.
It's theft, Gustav. You're right. I agree with you.
I don't even need healthcare. It's bullshit. Forgive me, old one. And he bows again.
No forgiveness needed. I don't even know why you still pretend to have mortal lives. You should have left that behind long ago. Denying your nature is a lie. A lie is stressful and deceitful, and it only serves the beast.
It's very imperceptible. It would take a high level of awareness, but like her lip just twists down just a little bit, like as though she has a lot to respond to with that, but chooses not to say a thing at all.
So,
But I certainly don't like the punishment part. So I vote for Ivan from me, I will say.
he looks to echo John and Nastia. A Jarl is elected. You all agree?
Her eyes
Right.
flash back to Ivan. She doesn't say anything.
Echo's happy that it's not her. She doesn't have to be responsible for someone else's ignorance or downfall.
John will look over but won't say anything.
Remember this when you reach it. Make it big, Ivan. You and I vouch for you first.
And I thank you for that. It seems nobody else wishes to take the mantle. I am willing.
So it shall be. I shall inform the other Jarls and we'll have a ceremony at the solstice.
Lovely.
Introducing you to everyone. Well, those who will still celebrate the All-Father. And Now that that is settled, I am here to answer any questions you might have about your position or anything else that you might be wondering about, since I am made aware that none of you are native and have varying degrees of understanding of our culture and this part of the world.
What is expected of us at this solstice, and who will be there?
Expectations. Well, I would say conduct yourselves as you would want other people to conduct themselves in your house. Nothing is expected. It is just a celebration. We feast. We talk. We sing. We drink. We have a good time. I say we. I won't be participating much, but the younger ones. It is important for our community to have these events. We have a few over the year, but this time of year there seems to be most of them because of the darkness. The summertime is mostly used for feeding and sleeping, since the sun is almost ever present.
Is there someone of greater importance there that we should introduce ourselves to? You said that we are strangers and that we do not know your rituals. So unless this is just a party that everyone randomly gathers at, I imagine there's someone of some importance here.
All the Jarls will be there. The hostess is Sarah. Most of Denmark's kindred will be there. I expect, more than 40 of you. Of us. This is a great place to conduct business or establish new relationships. Make friends. Allies.
She frowns again, as though he's talking about people instead of vampires.
So what you're saying is that we will be networking.
If that is the word for it. To me, it's about community and to have a strong alliance against the Camarilla and the Christians.
I feel bad bringing up Christmas now. I didn't know you disliked them so much. Anyone in particular we should steer clear from? We should just stay away from, in your opinion, old one?
I am neutral. You are all the same in my mind. You're young and equal.
Has anyone killed more than anyone else? Maybe that's a better way of saying it.
Probably the older you are, the more people you have killed. By accident or choice.
Fair enough.
I remember.
Who sent you? She cuts in. Who sent you?
Sent me?
Yes.
No one
You
sent
didn't
me.
just come here of your own volition, did you?
Of course I did. Who else would tell me I'm the son of Odin? And Odin rests. There is no higher being.
Ivan will just conduct himself a bit sharper, understanding who he is in the presence of.
There are 3 of us still roaming, awake. The rest of our brothers and sisters, we leave in peace. They will rise at Ragnarok, and we do not wish to rush that time. The signs of it. Sorry.
Oh no, please, old one, please continue.
Oh, the signs of it has begun. And with the... what do you call it? The Second Inquisition seems to be the prologue.
Do we need to bring anything? And he looks like he's kind of like, he feels really embarrassed for interrupting him earlier. And he's like, do we need to bring anything? I could bring Scrabble.
He smiles. Doesn't really know what Scrabble is, but he can catch the meaning of it's a game. You do not need to bring anything. It's the host or hostess that will provide for the guests. And since none of us really have any use for flowers or wine, which is usually what you bring to a party, then I can't see, unless you want to make an impression on particular people. But since you've never met any one of them, I would wait with the gifts until you visit them privately in their own domain. What I can tell you about the domains is everyone has their own rules and their own morals and ethics and specialties.
Good to know. So everyone has their own rules then? Or
Own goals or ghouls?
rules?
Yeah, rules. Yes, exactly. Well, there is the Yggdrasil Accord, of course, but... And you are now Jarl, and hopefully with the help of your pack, you will create rules for your own domain, which has to be enforced and people have to uphold them, or you can, well, exact justice.
Good to know.
Your domain is larger than the entire town of Copenhagen. So I do not envy your task.
Whose domains border ours?
That would be the Norn Fortress. In Rose Spring. A group of 4 women. Different clans and specialties. I believe they're really into, what do they call it? Culture. Museums. Concerts, that sort of thing. And they have a woman who's half machine.
And it's delightful.
And the Jarl is of Jotun descent. Rare. She has Fey blood. Some elf. I do not know how they came to be.
Well, I'm sure we'll make her acquaintance sooner or later.
Yes, she is a... well, entrancing woman, but any elf is. the state of the rest of Scandinavia. Well, Sweden, of course, is a shithole, like it's always been. Still under Camarilla rule. Currently fighting Sabbat. And our brothers and sisters in Norway, who are at the front line of the war. The Jotuns seem to have been disturbed on the front line, and it's kind of a three-way war. You will quickly learn that everyone has their own opinion about the political issues up here. But the Camarilla are more hated than the Sabbat, and that should tell you something. Because the Sabbat is here.
Which should we worry about more?
The Camarilla. Because to them you're not equal. To them you're subjects.
But they don't have any power here, do they?
No, but they will try to convince you that they do.
Why haven't you just killed them?
For the sake of the Accord. It is important that this country is a place of freedom.
Now that makes more sense. I was thinking if you just eliminated them and then redrew the Accord, then it would be completely rid of the Camarilla.
I'm sure that someone would agree with you. Unfortunately, it's not my place to meddle.
And perhaps it's not my place to question you. Forgive me. And he slinks, kind of kowtows away.
Asking questions shows wisdom. But I am neutral. And I will remain neutral. Make no mistake, all of us Methuselahs could rule if we would. But we have no intention. We have decided to guide. We have lived the unlife of gods, and we have seen where that will carry us.
I'd like to make an insight check.
On
him. Like, to see if he's full of shit, or if he's like... if he genuinely believes what he does, because he's an ancient vampire at this point, and let's just say the further from humanity you get, the less human you are, and the less human your ambition. So he's talking very much like, hey, he's just here to bring us to the party, and that sort of thing. And she's just not buying any of it. She's so skeptical of all of his stuff right now. Okay, so insight plus wits, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or resolve, even.
Okay. We'll go with either one. And I'm going to add... Let's see here. Yeah. Okay, that's 3 successes.
Seems to be honest. At least he believes it.
This perplexes her, and she just thinks he's good at covering it up.
But you do not detect any deceit with a 3.
Yeah, no. She's that's exactly what's unsettling her. Is that he seems like he's, above board here, and being honest, and that's not. She's already like, okay, I can't read him. He's just really good at this game. She knows the game, and she's like, okay, yeah, so he's just inscrutable right now, and she's having a lot of difficulty reconciling his honesty and what he's saying with must be his other motives.
He looks around. Then to you, Echo. Says you've been quiet.
There's a lot to think about. Mm-hmm.
It's a lot what?
There's a lot to think about.
Is there anything I can clarify?
It seems that you've done a good choice of having us as company. I guess. And I believe that everyone else in attendance has really been able to ask questions I might have had otherwise. I think going forward, I'm only interested in the woods.
It's rare to see in your kind. It's like a faint little smile of approval. He kind of detects the, let's call it love for nature that Echo has. He looks again to Ivan. Do you wish to know anything about your equals?
I'd prefer to find out in my own time.
Make up your own mind. I can respect that. Looks again all at like all of you with his very like, stoic, not barely moving face, and says, "So, if there is nothing else, I will take my leave and leave you to whatever it is you do."
If we have need for you, how can we contact you again?
I travel. You will have to wait. I will visit your domain from time to time.
Good to know.
But I suggest you rely on the others. People are more than happy to answer questions. Of course, it's filled with opinion and sometimes boons, but that is also a game worth playing. He gives you all a bow again, and turns to mist and flows out of the room. And after maybe 4 or 5 minutes, that lingering feeling of dread and power disappears.
Well, I think that went lovely. That went well.
You would.
Neither of us perished, so it is still fortunate.
Nastia, the chair moves again. Sorry to interrupt.
Is it moving as if the entity there is leaving, or
Just like a slight little...
she appreciates that there's at least one spectral presence here? Does, given her experience working and or exposure to wraiths, does she feel at all that this wraith is connected to our visitor?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Another guest at the table then. Yes.
Probably the place.
Yeah. And she's fine with that. She's just going to keep an eye on it, like out of the corner of her eye, but she's not really bothered by it. She's so at this point used to it that she's not really. She knows that they exist. She knows that they are present in many locations, particularly ones that she inhabits, and she's not at all bothered by its presence.
What were you about to say, Gustav?
Well, it looks like we have a party to go to. We should all dress in our finery and head out, I guess.
It's in a week.
Shit. I got so
Unless-
excited, I imagined the whole thing.
You can get
Unless
dressed
you're planning to
tonight.
walk.
There's no such thing as being too early, I guess.
No, that's too early. Whatever I wore would get dusty and dirty, especially with this weather, covered in mud and mush.
You should bring the Scrabble.
Do you play Scrabble?
I do not.
Oh, well. I had hoped.
But you may find others who do. You should bring the Scrabble.
Thank you. I'll bring the expansion set as well.
And she gives a wink.
If we're going to bring a present, we should bring one to our host. If anything, that is.
Nastya nods. She already knows what she's bringing.
Have you all been to these fancy things before?
No.
Can I wear flannel?
You can wear
Yes.
whatever you want.
You have other clothes?
I have a purple and black flannel. I have an apron to help keep the blood off the clothes. Although it usually just gets in the way. It's more to carry. So I usually go without it.
Could be useful if they're providing refreshment. And he gives a wink.
You should bring the apron.
Do you want me to bring one for you, Nastya?
She considers for a second. And then just shakes her head no.
For this party, do you suspect that there will be anything that needs to be field stripped? Cleaned up?
I am sure they have their own cleaners.
Will we need the refrigeration truck for transportation?
I think not. Unless we get party favors in the shape of corpses.
I'd be happy to transport them. Although, Gustav, do we have room for bodies here?
Certainly, I suppose you could just probably fit about. And he's looking around at the dimensions of this room. Maybe like 100 or so in this room. Whatever would you want to do that for, though? It'd be a terrible stink.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, maybe a barn can be added on at a later point so that it doesn't come in.
Oh, that would be. We could have one of those. What do they call them in the States? A corral. Yes. And he looks up and he's thinking about it.
Well, whatever we do, let's make sure the government doesn't think we are being too loud, too noisy. So, John, you're in the corner and being quite quiet by yourself. What are your thoughts on everything?
Do we have to go? There's
Well,
just
we
more
got-
chance to insult someone, to upset someone, to cause problems with someone.
Well, we got invited. It would be rude for none of us to show up.
And you never know. Maybe you could bewitch someone, seduce someone. You know, something good can come out of it. It doesn't always have to be bad.
Tell me one time you've gone to something like this and it's gone well.
Pretty much almost every time.
I will have to second that, yes.
You can see that Nastya is her thinking and her mindset about this is pretty much on the same page as John's, and she just kind of scowls a little bit, like it would be a snort if it was if she gave one, if she still breathed, you know, at Gustav's response, like, oh yes, no, it always goes fine. And you know, it's like, okay, what kind of meetings have you been at, really? I think that's what she's thinking behind her eyes.
They refused to tell us who sent them, and we should just trust that out of the kindness of their heart, we're being invited as outsiders.
I'm pretty sure he knew himself that we were here and that we had gotten this domain. Being that he is the son of the All-Father, the wisest of the old ones.
And I have to say that if being the son of the patriarch of the Norse pantheon, if he wanted to kill us, he could have just done it. If this is some sort of trap, I don't know. It could have just as well have been an assassination of all of us just now.
Never that quick. There's always intrigue and webs and...
Well, you can keep an eye out for the intrigue in the webs. I will be partaking in the festivities.
Yes, Jarl.
That is correct, and don't forget who put you in that position, sir. And he says that's Ivan.
Yes.
I'm your biggest
everyone-
fan.
Everyone who took one step back.
Well, it will be a lovely time.
Nastia steps forward. She'll like, I will introduce you.
Fair enough. This will be interesting. This little town is quiet and by itself.
Boring.
Boring is good.
Boring is good.
We are coming out to the break and the Elysium, but before, as you all kind of go about your night and your week, as you leave the basement, and Gustav, you're probably the last one to leave because you have to lock up. You're kind of standing there, and then you hear the voices in your mind again. You believe it's two, a man and a woman. And the only thing you just hear is new one, new one, new one, new one, like an echo in your mind. Like something is trying to reach out, almost. And then one of the chairs is tossed across the room and kind of breaks upon your body.
What the hell was that for? And he takes it on stride. Like he's just like, what the devil was that for? New one. I'm probably older than you are.
And
Is anyone there? He's just talking to himself, gesticulating with his hands.
And because you are by yourself, you quickly realize that you are by yourself. And you hear your beast. You're gonna die like this. Alone, forgotten in some basement.
This isn't over. He says into the open, and then he leaves quickly.